What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Thank you for clicking and thank you for watching the other videos that I have posted. This video is obviously going to be about how I lost 9 pounds before my 30th birthday. So I'll go ahead and get started. I just have a few points that I wanted to hit before I show you all the pictures side by sides. So first, I wanted to talk about losing weight to help me feel comfortable. Um, I decided that I wanted to do this for my 30th a couple months before I turned 30. I wanted to feel comfortable again in my own skin. I wanted to take the word fat out of my vocabulary, right? I when talking to family or friends that I wanted to start a diet, obviously the first thing that they were going to say was, "Why, you're already so skinny, and you're not even fat." But to be honest, that wasn't the reason why I wanted to start this diet. I wanted to start it because I wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin again. I wasn't really fitting in the jeans that I have the way I wanted to. And so that is why I wanted to start this cut. That is why I wanted to discipline myself before my birthday to see if I can actually do it and stick to a plan. And so that's kind of what how I wanted to start this off with is I hope whoever's watching that we just take out fat out of our vocabulary and just say like I'm going to do this because I want to feel comfortable in my own skin, right? Instead of calling yourself fat, calling other people fat, we just we all just want to be comfortable and we all want to love our bodies the way that they are, regardless if that's you losing 2 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever's comfortable for you, then that's your opinion. We're all entitled to that. So I wanted to start off by saying that obviously I wanted to start this diet to just feel comfortable in my own body. And so the reason why I kind of gained some weight the past couple of years is because I really wasn't counting my calories, right? I would eat Monday through a couple of months before I started this diet. This is kind of what it looked like. Monday through Friday, I would meal prep. I would eat chicken and rice during lunch, and then dinner, me and Alexis would cook something healthy. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we would go out, eat whatever, drink whatever, and then get back on the diet on Monday, right? So obviously that wasn't going to help us lose weight. We were still hitting the gym, but during the week we were staying strict, and then Friday evening we would eat out, Saturday morning, afternoon, dinner, we would eat out, and then same thing Sunday, right? So if you can imagine, I was probably eating a lot of calories that wasn't going to help me lose any weight, even though I was going to the gym and hitting it hard and doing cardio. So I decided to get a coach because I'm the last time that I did a cut like this was maybe in 2019, and I was younger at that point. My metabolism was a way different than what it is now. So I wanted to just get somebody to help me and count my calories for me, right? I work 8 to 5. The last thing I want to do is come home and think about what I need to eat or how I'm going to lose this weight or how am I going to make the scale drop, right? So I got a coach because I wanted somebody to help me and I wanted somebody to deal with it versus me dealing with it. I just wanted a plan that I wanted my coach to say, "Here, this is what you need to do. Follow it to the T. This is what you need to work out." Or like what to work out with, and that's it. And I just do it and I follow it, and it's up to me if I want to be strict with it and follow the plan, right? So I got a coach. I reached out to a couple of people that I followed on Instagram, and I got my coach, Emily Nelson. She's part of Team Reform. She's won the championship for summer shredding that is hosted by Christian Guzman, Team Alphalete. So I've been following them for a long time. So I saw her name pop up and I just did a consult call with her. I did a consult call December 5th, and I did a few before that. And my goal was to start January 1st. Why January 1st? Because I wanted to start after the holiday. I wanted to enjoy Christmas and enjoy New Year's Eve and eat whatever and then start my diet for my birthday, right? But quickly into that call with Emily, I can kind of tell she was asking me, well, why are you going to wait until January 1st, right? And she explained how at the moment where I was at December 5th, I didn't know what calories I was intaking, right? Because it was kind of whatever. It was all over the place. So her plan was, I think I was December 5th, I was like 139, 140. And what she wanted me to do was establish my maintenance calories. So, your maintenance calories is the calories that you eat daily to maintain your current weight, right? So, for 139, I wasn't sure how much calories that I needed for the day to maintain a 139 or 138. So she was telling me it's better to start sooner because it takes 3 to 4 weeks to maintain, to kind of find out what your maintenance calories are. And then we could eventually be in a caloric deficit so I can start to lose weight the right way. So her goal was for me to lose a pound a week. More than a pound a week is it could be damaging to your body because you're losing it too fast, right? And I wanted this to be kind of a long-term weight loss journey, not something really quick and then I gain the weight back. So I was like, shoot, okay, I guess we'll start as early as possible. She's like, okay, you start in 2 days. So I'm glad I did that because in her mind she was saying by January we should already have your maintenance calories and you already be in your diet. So that gives me a good 2 months to be in diet mode before my birthday, versus if I would have started in January, it took maybe a month to get my maintenance calories and I wouldn't have started dieting or losing weight until February, which is too soon for my birthday. Because I told her my goal was to lose about 10 pounds, right? And so we started December 7th, started doing my maintenance calories. So she had me start on about like a 1,800 around there daily. So I ate 1,800 calories daily every single day, obviously, for 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks, my body actually stayed the same weight. I didn't gain weight and I didn't lose weight. So it was actually very easy. Emily was like, okay, boom, that's it. That's your maintenance calories. So from there, she had me on high and low days. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get stacked. Okay, yeah. Or keep track on what I'm talking about. So she had me on high days, right? So my maintenance calories, those were my high days. So I was doing that for 3 weeks straight, 3.5 weeks straight. And then finally, she's like, okay, we can get you on a caloric deficit. So she decreased my calories 5 days out of the week, and I still had 2 high days. So I was in a caloric deficit for 5 days out of the week. And then boom, 2 days, I was able to get higher amounts of calories and then go back to my cut, right? So we did that. And each week I would check in with her. Every Sunday I would check in, I would take pictures, and she would go off of that on what she was going to do for the week. If I was going to stay in those same calories or she was going to decrease a little more or take away some of my food from my meal plan. And obviously I had to count my calories, but I told Emily, just make me a meal plan. I'll stick to it. So she sent me exactly what the meal plan was, what I needed to buy from HEB or the grocery store. And then that was it. I didn't need to, I would weigh out my food because she would give me an exact amount, 4 ounces of chicken, 4 ounces of lean beef, and then kind of go from there. So I had to use a food scale for that. And I did this. I started December 7th, and my birthday was around March. My birthday is March 15th. So it was almost like, shoot, I got her as a coach for 4 months. So maybe it was almost like 3 months that I did this diet, right? And it was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. My motivation was there the first 3 weeks, and then Christmas came, and it was straight discipline from there. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that as well. Motivation, it'll come and go, but discipline is what got me to my goal, which is losing the 9 pounds that I lost. And it's very easy to kind of get on a motivation mode and then kind of fall off, right? But I had to stay disciplined during this time, especially because I was paying for a coach, right? I mean, it's just, I wanted to do this for myself. I had a deadline and I wanted to make it. And having to do that, I had to set boundaries with people. I had to make sure that if someone was going out to eat, I mean, I would say, I'll catch you later, or we can hang out or have coffee, and I would have a black coffee, right? And so if you are wanting to get on the diet journey, it's very important to let the people know around you your boundaries. Like, no, I can't stay out till 12 a.m. because I have a check-in in the morning and my body needs to rest, and it needs all this stuff. And it's just very, as we get older, it's very hard for us to make those boundaries, but that's what I had to do. I had to do with my family. During Christmas, I didn't eat Christmas Eve anything, and I just stuck to my plan. So it's all about the discipline is what's going to get you to your goal. So I'll go ahead and share or show you guys my pictures. And so this is December 15th. Okay. This was 1 week in my diet. So I was consuming 1,880 calories every single day. So it started December 7th. This is December 15th. This was my second check-in, or actually this is my first check-in because my first pictures were before. So this is my first check-in. As you can tell, my face looks a little, I get a lot of, if I'm kind of gaining weight, my weight stays in my face, my arms, right here, my thighs, and then my lower abdomen. So as you can tell, I'm not really flexing, but my arms, look a little bit bigger than what I'm used to. Right here, you can kind of tell as well. My weight is kind of sitting in my lower abdomen, and then my thighs. I mean, I just gain a lot of weight on my thighs. Okay, so that is the first picture. This is my side by side from December 15th as well. You can tell my arms right here. Weight is in the lower abdomen and then my lower thigh, or my thighs. I mean, I have cellulite, but I'm Mexican. I know it just comes with being a Latina. So I'm not really, that cellulite doesn't bother me. But just kind of like, obviously I probably have more fat than I do muscle. You can't really see any hamstring, you can't see any glute definition, no quad definition. But let me show you, let's do a side by side. So I did a check-in once every single week. I did a check-in, took pictures this exact way in the same bra and underwear in the same space in my restroom. And so this was a week or a couple days before I left to Cancun. This was the 12th. And look at the difference, guys. You can tell, oh my gosh, look at my chin. Like right here. Well, actually, I got chin filler too and lip filler. So you can kind of tell like my lips look a little different. But just the shape of my jaw, my chin, like it looks a lot slimmer right here. I mean, my neck looks a little slimmer as well. But look at like my armpit area. Right here is kind of like hanging out. And then right here, it is still, but like not as much. And y'all guys can tell. And then look at my lower abdomen. I kind of cleaned up my stomach a little bit. You can see a little ab definition right there, not too much. Again, I'm not flexing. And then my lower abdomen, you can tell a difference. Not that I had an extreme thigh gap, but I have a little bit more space right here. My thighs, maybe you can kind of tell a little bit of a of a quad right here, but they just like a little slimmer. My arms like a little slimmer. You can kind of tell right here it can, and I don't want to say overlap, but you kind of see that right there, right? Where my mouse is at, and then versus over here, it's kind of just like straight. So yeah. And then let me do a side by side with this one and this one. So like look how crazy that is. Just honestly cleaning up my diet, not eating fast food. I didn't like eat fast food on the weekend, during the week. You can kind of tell, like look at my butt. And I also worked out legs twice a week, which I never really did. I wasn't really pushing myself in legs because I'm like, well, I already have a butt. Why do I need to do glute exercises or whatever, but it's to kind of make it defined, right? But look kind of how you can kind of tell a little bit, like it just looks a little plumpier. My thighs, my lower abdomen, like look how it's kind of going out right there versus this right here. It's like a little bit slimmer. My arms look more defined right here. You can still see my shoulder a little bit, my thinner arms, and then my arms right here. But yeah, this is crazy. It's crazy to look at because people, like even at work, they're like, but I wear scrubs, so you can't really tell. I mean, my scrubs are baggy, but in this picture, I mean, yeah, there's a difference there. I feel better. I know when I gain weight, I gain it in my lower abdomen and my thighs. Like I just know that that's just genetically that's what's gonna happen, and also my arms. But I could really tell the difference and how my arms are a little bit thinner, and I am just loving how I feel. I before like during this picture, I and on the left hand side where my December 15th, I was only drinking about 68 ounces of water a day. On the right, I've been drinking since I started this cut a gallon a day. I didn't think it was possible, but I pushed myself and I chugged my water, and I've been drinking a gallon a day, which you guys have should be drinking a gallon a day as well, guy or girl, whatever weight you are. But side by side, I'm very proud of this transformation. It was not easy at all. Sticking to my plan was very hard for me because when like ladies when you get on your period, you're just like craving different stuff, and it was hard not to munch on stuff. Me and Alexis made it a priority not to buy things from HEB that we knew we can munch on. Alexis did the same. Alexis did the same thing with me. She did a diet with me, and her transformation is crazy. It's like so crazy. I'm excited for her to. I think she's gonna post her first YouTube video, and she's gonna do the same thing that I'm doing right now, just kind of comparing and contrasting like before she started and then before Cancun. But her transformation is crazy, and I can't wait for y'all to see that as well. But it was it was awesome to have her with me, go through it with me, because I truly believe that if your partner is with you on this journey, it's so much easier. Because I can't imagine if Alexis wasn't on the journey with me and she came home with canes or pizza and I was really craving that. We stuck it out together. We would keep each other accountable. Like, sometimes I would be like, man, let's just say F it and go get some canes, and we'll start back tomorrow. And it was kind of like a battle. And she was like, no, like we got our meat in the fridge. Like, let's just go cook it and just suck it up. Right. And so, babe, I love you. Thank you for helping me on this journey. I couldn't have done it without you. But yeah, I'm just so happy with the transformation and excited for the future. So, as you guys know, from if y'all watched my Cancun video, I left weighing 130 and came back weighing 137. And one of my videos that I just posted, when I was doing my grocery haul, I looked like bloated, like I looked big because um, of all the sodium and alcohol that I have. It just was stayed in my system. And so I had to flush it out with all the water and stuff like that when I got back. So now I am currently around 132. And my goal with Emily, I'm keeping her a little bit longer because she currently still has me at my caloric deficit, which is 1,200 calories. And that is very low, and I'm hungry. But my goal was to stay around 130, kind of sit in that weight for a couple of weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I wanted her to help me reverse, because I want to stay with this body composition, right? I don't want to go back to this if I don't have to. If I can stick to my diet, I will, and just make healthier choices. And so right here, obviously my weight sits in my lower abdomen. Right here, it's you can't really tell as much, but this is me eating clean, eating whole foods, not eating fast foods. This is me drinking my water, getting my vitamin intake and all that good stuff. But my goal now is to reverse, right? So I can't just stay at 1,200 calories for the next couple months because my body needs more food and I can feel it. You know, when I have my high days, I'm very happy. I mean, I have more energy. And so versus my low days, but she's going to help me slowly increase my calorie, but still maintaining the weight that I'm at, right? So my goal is to stay around 130 to 133, but having more calories in my system. So, I mean, I hope I could be eating like 1,500 calories and then not gaining any weight, right? Because I'm eating good foods. So that's my goal for right now. That's what Emily and I have agreed that we're gonna do. So currently weighing 132. Maybe in the next 3 weeks I can get to 130. Stay on that for like 2 weeks or so, and then start reversing. That way I can get more food in my system, and then yeah, that's it. Just finish off the year sticking to this lifestyle diet. I don't want to like lose 15 pounds or anything. I want to stay where I'm at right now. I feel good. I'm able to get up in the morning, you know, work out, have energy, work all day, come home, spend time with my doggies, spend time with Alexis, go spend time with my family. And I feel good. I feel good, but I'm putting good stuff in my body, and I know that made a huge difference versus eating out and drinking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Um, but if you guys want to get on this journey, if you guys want to start this process and trying to lose weight to make you feel comfortable and you're wanting a coach, I can get in contact with Emily for you, and then just let me know if you have any questions. And also, there's other coaches out there. I know Ronnie is still doing some coaching. My friend Adam is doing some coaching. So just let me know. I'll drop down their handles below. That way, if you want to consult with them before you figure out what trainer you want, you can go ahead and do that. I consult. Oh my gosh. I talked to 2 different trainers before I talked to Emily, and Emily was just the right fit for me. And so, if you guys want that information, I can give that to y'all. And as well, I'm going to um, share some videos in the description of how to count your macros. So if you want to do it by yourself, I believe in you. I know you can do it. But me personally, I wanted someone to help me because I honestly am too exhausted to figure all that stuff out, especially with my job and just kind of still learning in my job. And so I will drop down some YouTube videos to kind of help inform you guys on what maintenance calories is, what your caloric deficit will be, or if you're trying to gain muscle, same thing, right? So I'll help you guys out with that. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any specific questions, let me know. This is a learning process for me still, and I will be happy to learn with you guys. I hope this kind of looking at these pictures, the left is a woman who was eating out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drinking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday through Thursday, trying to get her diet right and exercising. And then the woman, I'm a woman, on this side is drinking a gallon of water a day, limiting her fatty food intake, eating out, staying in, and getting whole foods in, chicken, lean beef, eggs, egg whites, and working out and doing her cardio. So I believe in you guys if y'all want to take that journey. I'm still in that journey of like dieting. So if you guys have any questions or any advice, I will be happy to help. But this is going to end the video. I'm going to end it right here. And again, thank you for watching. And what else? I think that's it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for clicking the video. Give it a like, please, and subscribe to my channel. I'll continue to kind of update you guys on where I'm at. And I can even update you guys on pictures when like I start to reverse to see how my body changes with more food as well. But catch you guys in the next video. And thanks again for watching. And I already said that like 4 times, but I'm just so happy that you guys are watching. And have a good week, and we'll see you in the next video.